Texas has 32 active amusement parks per the roller coaster database. A park that has or has had a permanent roller coaster. And as of 2024, I've been to 27 of them. The largest park that I have not been to is COTAland, due to its uncertain operating schedule. And that park will likely look very different after it permanently opens as an amusement park. I'm also missing 4 current parks without coasters in them. Oasis Lanes and Amusement Park Center in El Paso, Texas, Extreme Jump San Antonio, as it appears to be only open for special events, Kittyland in Waco, as I should really have a kid with me to visit that park, and Peppa Pigland, which doesn't open until March, but is counted as active due to its previous history. Due to this definition, smaller places like the Downtown Aquarium or water parks like Schlitterbahn are not included since they have never had a coaster. Similarly, fairgrounds such as the Houston Rodeo or the Montgomery County Fair, or events such as Magical Winter Lights, are not included as they do not feature a permanent coaster. For those interested in learning more, I have full reviews for all of these ranked parks except Camp FIMFO and the 3 largest parks in Six Flags Fiesta Texas, Six Flags Over Texas, and SeaWorld San Antonio. Number 27. Alley Cats. Family entertainment centers are near the bottom of my list, largely because of their high price. Alley Cats offers an all-you-can-play wristband for $60, with promotional discounts available if you can find them. Though bowling and laser tag were fun, the Rattler is a fairly boring coaster, as I'm just not a huge fan of FBF Visa spinners. The Himalaya was decent despite its small appearance, and the go-karts were not memorable despite their rather large track. I was also disappointed in the food offerings, as there really weren't many yummy options to choose from. This place can offer a fun time, especially if you're okay with the higher price, but it just has very little to entice me to come back. Number 26. In the Game Funtrackers. With only a pay-per-ride option, this park can get expensive fast. I am curious what promotions and deals they offer in the future, and they even experimented with an expensive season pass in 2024 that appears to be a bit more accessible in 2025. Storm Chaser was fun for an FBF Visa spinning coaster, but that's not really saying a lot, and the other offerings were fairly skippable, especially for the high price. Alley Cats did offer a better overall experience, but In the Game Funtrackers edged it out only because I preferred its coaster. Number 25. San Antonio's Incredible Pizza. I love the IPC business model of an included buffet and various activities towards the back. Normally, they offer some type of package for between $20 to $30, which makes the overall experience very affordable. But on my visit, I had to pay per ride for the attractions, and this location's focus on various flat rides instead of traditional family entertainment offerings only made me feel worse, as I could have been riding rides for free at the nearby Six Flags Fiesta Texas. La Bamba and Lost in Space are really fun spinning rides, but maybe not for the price. I'm hoping to get back here on a more reasonably priced package, so this can move slightly up my rankings. Plus, this was also my first experience with an FBF Visa spinning coaster, so my general dissatisfaction with Crazy 8 overshadows my enthusiasm for incredible pizzas in general. Number 24. Mr. Gatti's Pizza. Texas's most isolated coaster stop. This restaurant in Abilene was an interesting experience, especially for someone who hasn't been to a Mr. Gatti's before. The pizza was okay, but slightly better in quality than Incredible Pizza. The back offered a variety of overpriced games, but a fun bowling area, and a really great set of bumper cars, and an enjoyable kiddie coaster, despite its looks. This ranking may more reflect recency and the amount of planning I had to do to squeeze this park in, but there was just something special about stopping at Mr. Gatti's Pizza. Number 23. San Antonio Aquarium. Despite not having a roller coaster, I found the San Antonio Aquarium to be an overall enjoyable stop with various animal, not just fish, exhibits. This park is a nice mixture of beauty and places just kinda got thrown together. The park specializes in offering a variety of upcharge animal encounters that likely are good time for families. And it makes me sad that with this business model, they don't still have their kiddie coaster. Number 22. Outlaw Pass. This small FEC in Victoria offered a charming atmosphere with a fun kiddie coaster, go-karts with a good kick, and some other enjoyable flat rides. With few chances to get an all-you-can-ride wristband, the price of this park can be a bit high, but the friendly staff and atmosphere should help to balance this out. Number 21. Gametime. Formerly, It's Family, Food, and Fun. Despite not having a roller coaster, the only amusement park in Houston powered up these rankings due to how fun the beautifully placed disco coaster at the front of the park is. The park also offered weekday specials that helped make the overall experience a lot cheaper than I expected, which helped in the rankings as well. Number 20. Yesterland Farm. With 4 roller coasters, this is the favorite farm park in Texas for most coaster enthusiasts. But I just found the overall layout and ride selection to be confusing, as some of the rides listed online were not available on my visit. What Yesterland is a beautifully rough kiddie coaster that is an experience everyone around Texas should seek out. And with 3 other enjoyable coasters for families, plus great operations that will have you getting many laps on these coasters if the park is slow, this should be a park where you can ride rides to your heart's content. I'm just missing something with regards to this park that makes it not that special to me, despite its deep lineup. My second visit there was better, and this could likely deserve to be a few spots higher, but the 2 parks ahead of it are currently home parks of mine. Number 19. P6 Farm. My current home park, located north of Houston, P6 Farm is all about how fun Cyclone is, as it really throws you about for a kiddie coaster. The rest of the park offers a beautiful farm charm with a nice pig race and corn maze during the fall, and a fun slide and classic Ferris wheel as flat rides. With reasonable day tickets available during sales, this park is worth a stop every now and then.
I made it! No, I'm just kidding. Oh, there's Cyclone in the distance!
Number 18. Hurricane Harbor Splashtown. This park gets ranked for its history as Hanna Land back in the 1980s, despite having been a water park for decades at this point. Still, the layout is bizarre, but works nicely with the various trees that have grown throughout it. With a few larger water slides, the park's lineup is better than the smaller parks lower on this list, and the 2 best in Bonsai Pipeline and Paradise Plunge offer truly thrilling moments that aren't found at any of these other parks this low on this list. My oversimplified rankings of parks also does not take into account operations, as I have experienced absolutely horrible operations and delayed openings on all of my 2024 visits. So a more detailed analysis could have this park slightly lower despite its superior offerings. Number 17. Austin's Park. With an expensive play-all-day option, this park is not the most accessible, but including the subpar pizza buffet, is a nice touch when partnered with the go-karts and roller coasters. I especially like the chicken on the buffet. Fiesta Express offers great laterals for a coaster, and Barreling Rapids offers a solid drop, so both have re-ride value despite their simplistic nature. The rest of the park is fairly large, so you can easily spend a day here if you really want to, and I came away being impressed with this park despite its price. Number 16. Camp FIMFO. As a high-end camping retreat in the Texas Hill Country outside of New Braunfels, I did not spend the extra money to fully experience this park, so this ranking is factoring in the coaster and largely assuming the other experiences such as mini golf and the water slides. I did really like Cliff Carver, though the auto braking does hurt its speed and laterals. The beauty of the park does factor into my rankings and helps boost it up a little bit as well. The price, like most mountain coasters, is a lot, especially for what you get, but this can be an enjoyable experience if you know what you're getting into. Number 15. Landa Park. My highest ranked park in Texas without a coaster, this classic community park for New Braunfels offers a train ride and a few other offerings around a beautiful lake. The historic swim offerings help with the atmosphere, and the price of $5 for the train ride is incredibly affordable. I think I just like trains a bit too much, but I really enjoyed my stop at Landa Park. Number 14. Big Rivers Waterpark and Adventures. My other home park located north of Houston, this is the water park for a proposed full theme park in Grand, Texas. However, for now, just the water park exists, though they are trying to expand to year-round operations with the addition of a fairgrounds with flat rides, including the new Stratosphere, which is a great drop tower, and have enjoyable Halloween and Christmas events, zip lines, and dry activities as well. Operations here have been terrific on my visits, and this park is doing a lot of things to improve as an amusement park. I have been disappointed with some of their communications to guests, which causes me to not be in love with Big Rivers as maybe I should be. But I am rooting, even if we don't get the full theme park, that Big Rivers can crack the top 10 on this list of parks in Texas one day. For those interested, they have an FPF Visa spinning coaster that gets them on the list. Number 13. Holly Springs Farm. Featuring Texas's newest coaster, Holly Springs Farm is a simple farm park with a train ride and a coaster, and is the cheapest unlimited ride wristband in the state at only $15. But Runaway Mine Train as a coaster is incredible, offering a solid punch on its drops and a layout that beats you up with how you experience airtime. Normally, these layouts like Road Trip Coaster at Yesterland Farm offer a mild coaster experience, but Runaway Mine Train delivers wonderfully at being a fun experience. The train ride is fun too, though you can't see much at all at night, which is when I visited for the Christmas event. The park staff were extra nice to me as well. So this is a park that truly shines much better than it otherwise should. Number 12. State Fair of Texas. This park has featured permanent roller coasters in the past, and currently features a lineup of permanent flat rides, which is why it makes this list. The coasters are simple but enjoyable, and the depth and history of some of the flat rides is a marvel to see. With bunches of food stalls and exhibits to wander around and see, there's plenty to do at the fair. However, as with any large fair, the price can add up fast, with attractions being about $8 or more per ride, and food being $10 to $20 per plate. And that is on top of admission and parking. From a price perspective, it is really expensive, but it is still a solid Texan experience that is more enjoyable than smaller parks around the state. Number 11. Tomfoolery's Adventure Park. As the FEC attached to the indoor water park at the Kalahari Resort in Round Rock, outside of Austin, this park tries to be a bit bigger than the other small parks around the state. With an eye-catching centerpiece coaster in Screaming Centipede, it is easy to see that this park could be special, but my love for Star Force Orbiter also helps it in its ranking. With a fun drop tower and other basic offerings, this park has something for families, but the inclusion of a ropes course really helps to make the difference for me, especially as it just amplifies the atmosphere of families being on vacation. Number 10. Dewberry Farm. Getting on the map in 2024 with the addition of Gold Rush, this Houston area park excels in offering a great atmosphere and a variety of rides. Although it can be hard to find a few of the rides, the park was easy to navigate with its various paths. The park seems committed to adding new attractions going forwards, as well as having Halloween and Christmas events to make visiting during those times extra special. Adding in a friendly staff and excellent operations, this park really stood out as a special place on my visit. Number 9. Kemah Boardwalk. Landry's has a nice chain of amusement parks around Houston. The Kemah Boardwalk has a great collection of restaurants and a standout coaster in Boardwalk Bullet, though I find it a bit flawed from being a truly great coaster. The flat rides are located near each other, and some offer good views of the bay while being fun. This loses out to the next few parks on this list simply because it doesn't have as many quality flat rides as those parks above it, and I've experienced multiple ride closures on both of my visits to this park, despite Landry's general push to have everything operational. Number 8. Galveston Island's Historic Pleasure Pier. Edging out its Landry's counterpart, Pleasure Pier offers great views of the Gulf, while having an enjoyable flat ride collection from Texas Starflyer, Sea Dragon, my favorite swinging ship anywhere, and Pirate's Plunge that will get you soaked. Iron Shark is also a pretty fun coaster, and a great ride for a park like this looking for a signature coaster that you can ride again and again. Number 7. Prairie Playland. This park got on the map by acquiring Prairie Screamer, which is an incredible large-scale E&F Milo coaster. The rest of the park offers solid flat rides, and there should be very minimal waits here as well, meaning that you can get your fill of whatever ride you want for a reasonable price of parking and a wristband. It beats out other parks on this list because of its superior flat ride lineup, as well as how great its coaster stacks up as a standalone coaster in Texas. Number 6. Mainstay Farm. Sneaking high into my rankings, this farm park south of Fort Worth offered me an incredible experience during my visit. Not only did I get my heart's content of riding Dipsy Doodle with its great cycle, but the staff were extra friendly while the woods vibrated with such a wonderful feel. And I did really enjoy their wine, so this ranking might be the wine talking, but I really loved this Texas park. Number 5. ZDT's Amusement Park. This park in Seguin, outside of San Antonio, does everything well. With first-rate operations and atmosphere, a world-class roller coaster in Switchback, and fun flat rides and water slides to round out the lineup for families. I love this park so much that I normally make it a point to order food while I'm there, and I consider this my happy place over any other park in Texas. Why is it not higher, you might ask? This park routinely broke my oversimplified rankings of parks in Texas, and normally would end up in the top spot if I was just ranking each park based on the categories that I chose. I had to manually adjust my ratings to put this park in a 5-way tie for first place, and it loses out on the tiebreaker, which I chose to be the park's coaster collection. I love Switchback, but as a single coaster, it just can't edge out the big park's coaster collections throughout the state all by itself. But man, is it close. Number 4, Wonderland. With a modest collection of 4 unassuming roller coasters, this seemed to have a real shot to let Switchback and ZDT pass it. But I absolutely love this park's coaster line. Hornet is a mild family coaster with character that was my favorite all-time coaster as a kid. Mousetrap has nice drops and fun laterals throughout its course. Cyclone is unique with its drops and forces due to a lack of a seatbelt or restraint. And Texas Tornado has wonderful kinks during the moments of positive G's. With short lines, you can hopefully ride these coasters again and again and again on your visit. All that's not mentioning this park's historic charm and appearance, as well as the few flat rides, some of which are classic prototypes from Hopkins, spread throughout the park. Some rides wore down for extended maintenance during my visit, and I hope this park can recover to have all rides up and operational. But even what I experienced made Wonderland a truly special place. Number 3, Six Flags Fiesta Texas. Fiesta Texas has nice but dated theming in its various areas, as well as a solid and deep coaster collection that is improved with Dr. Diabolical finally delivering for me. This park is also home to 3 coasters that have been my number 1 overall coaster at some point: Batgirl Coaster Chase, Poltergeist, and the original Rattler. Iron Rattler is also very close to overtaking the Steel Eel for my current number 1 overall coaster. Wonder Woman offers a solid but short ride, and the other coasters round out the lineup to give a bit of depth to the park. With fantastic Christmas shows and generally good operations, this park does so many things well. Plus, I discount the whole being surrounded by the canyon wall thing, just because I'm so used to coming to a park like this. While good, there are just a few better coasters and or experiences that I'd like in an amusement park. Number 2, SeaWorld San Antonio. Edging out Fiesta Texas due to my love for the Steel Eel, as its floater airtime over its hills has been amazing for me in the past, though with new seatbelts that aren't as loose as the old and worn ones, my most recent rides were not nearly as good on this coaster. SeaWorld also benefits from having great shows year-round, meaning despite not having a lot of flat rides, they offer enjoyable experiences for everyone that just makes the park fun to visit. Number 1, Six Flags over Texas. This park has my favorite coaster collection in the state. I'm not a big fan of New Texas Giant or even Mr. Freeze. I don't hate either, but neither are super enjoyable for me, as their elements can make me sick without doing too much. Mr. Freeze's Spike, for instance, looks incredibly terrifying, but does very little for me on a ride. My top 5 coasters at this park offer those great experiences though. Runaway Mine Train is my favorite mine train coaster anywhere, and I got an incredible first ride before tree tracking. Judge Roy Scream is hit or miss with its airtime, but can deliver an excellent ride. Shockwave doesn't have the magical airtime on the turnarounds that I first experienced it with, but still does have solid airtime throughout its layout and can run a good cycle. Aquaman has amazing spikes that I love, And Titan is my favorite coaster in the park with its size and strength, and somehow not doing anything that disagrees with me. Over Texas is still missing that modern large-scale coaster, but this is a lineup that I can really get behind. With 2 dog rides plus Dino Adventures and the various other flat rides throughout this really large park, this park has the best flat ride collection in the state, with Superman being a really enjoyable drop tower for me and Texas Sky Screamer being a thrilling experience. The Riddler Revenge is a pretty subpar pendulum ride though. This park could use to update its theming, and operations can be bad, especially as this park can get super, insanely, crazily busy, or they'll just decide to run one train on all the coasters because. The shows at Over Texas are getting better, but still need to be presented in a better way as they are far inferior to Fiesta Texas's Holiday in the Park shows, or even SeaWorld shows in general. However, Over Texas does just enough to be my favorite park in the Lone Star State. Which amusement parks in Texas are your favorite? If you've been to any defunct amusement parks in the state, let me know how those stacked up as well. And, as always, Cocoon Crop.